Hello everybody, it's ET's Babies. I'm back. I had a rough week, but I'm here. So, I have Tootie. I don't think Tootie been on since she had her hair did, so. And I bought her a pacifier. I think I made that video, but I never posted it. But remember I told you about Mouse and Birdie's pacifiers? Like, I like those. I was at the grocery store, and I ended up finding them in pink. Why everywhere else I look, I couldn't find these pacifiers, but I went to my grocery store and decided to go through the baby aisle and holding, what is it? Believe and Behold, or however it go. They had a pink one, and then they had a teal with pink on it. I think it's still girly, but it's teal. I wonder how long that can be paused for, but so I did turn it into a magnet. I did take the nipple off of it, and there we go. I'm probably gonna buy some more, probably this Friday, more pacifiers, because Paris will be home, I think 2 weeks before my birthday, which is in April. So that's the new silicone baby that I bought. I bought that baby off of Etsy. Pickles came off of Etsy as well. So, I'm hoping that I like this baby. This baby was almost $500, but it was on 60% sale, so it literally dropped down dramatically. She only poured 19 of them. By the time I bought mine, it was only one left. So I did inbox her and ask her if she could be a drinking wet, but she said the silicone is solid. But in the description, it says the silicone is soft. So maybe she just can't do it, or have, I don't want to say the skills, but the stuff that she needs to do that, maybe, because it's two different. She told me in a message that it's solid silicone, so she couldn't do it drinking wet. But then in the description of the baby, it says it's soft silicone. So I don't know what type of grade the silicone baby is, but she does have a video up of the baby in its movements, and it's floppy, and the neck is floppy. I don't know how loose the neck is, because Pickle's neck was very hollow. Like, you could squeeze her neck and one end would get to the other. Like, it was real hollow. So she had a very loose neck. Like, it was very loose. You had to be very, very careful. You couldn't pick her up and let her head hang. You literally had to support her head like a real baby, or it would come off. I remember one day we was in the car, me and my cousin, we was driving, and I hit a speed bump or something, and she didn't have a cover to go over her head. She just had the straps. And my cousin said her neck stretched and came back down. So it's like, yeah, you need to have not just your child in a car seat, but you also need to have a baby head cover to keep the neck from stretching, if you hit a speed bump or something. I didn't know. I never knew, because I'm always the one driving and she's always in the car seat. But my cousin so happened to be with me that day, and she was like, girl, Pickle's neck just stretched up and fell back down. And I'm like, oh my God. And I went and got the headrest thing to protect the head. So I don't know how loose the neck is, but when she was showing the movement in the video, it looked pretty loose to me. I mean, it don't got to be directly exactly like Pickles. This is not the same artist as Pickles' artist was. It's a whole totally different artist. So I'm not expecting anything to be the same. I'm just expecting to like this one too, to like its features and how it moves and all those great things. She did say she couldn't put a drinker wet in it, like I said. Um, I've had solid silicones in the past, and I've put drinking wets in both of them. One was a boy, which was really tedious, and one was a girl, which was a little bit more easier. Um, but Paris is a girl, so Day Daddy said he would help me do the drinking wet, because when I did the drinking wets to my other two dolls, that was like years ago. I was in my middle 30s. I have arthritis in my hands now. My hands are weak now. I've had surgery in my other hand, so it's like I'm not sure, because once the silicone's already been poured and made and you go to put in a drinker wet, it's very tedious, and you got to have strong hands and a drill, because that's how I do it. So he said that he would help me because of my hands get the tubing inside the baby. And I told him I may not even put the tube inside the baby, because when I bought Pickles didn't have a tube in her. She was hollow straight through. And I know that for a fact because I stuck my fingers in her, so I know for a fact that she did not have a tubing in her. She was straight silicone. That's why I was always washing her out with alcohol or vinegar, because anything that I would put in her body, it would automatically touch her silicone. It wasn't going down the tube and going straight out. It was touching her silicone. And I paid $3,000 for her not to have a freaking tube to protect her silicones, considering that she was a drinking wet. So that's a cautionary thing. So I think that I will be buying a tubing to put inside of her, because if you're going to turn it into a drinking wet, you go through all that trouble, you might as well shove a tubing in there to protect the silicone from rotting. I feel like even if you feed it water and it's touching the silicone all the time and it's wet, it's on the inside, it's absorbing water, it's not drying fast out, you know, it could mildew. There's a lot of different things that can happen if you're feeding your silicone anything other than water and it doesn't have a tubing in it. It's more of a chance of it molding than having an actual thick. When I buy my tubes, I go to the hardware store and I get the really thick tube. The tube that can barely bend, fold, any of that. Because the thicker it is, the longer it's going to take for that plastic in that tube to start breaking down. But if you get a thin, flimsy tube, it's going to fold up as you're trying to stuff it inside the baby. Then it may not hold chemically wise to whatever you feed your baby. And I know I hear people, all these Karens talking about don't feed your silicone nothing but water. Bro, be quiet and sit in the back. Sit in the back. You didn't buy the baby, and I'm going to feed my baby whatever I want. If it's baby food, baby formula, water, cereal, milk, I'm going to do that. So you can keep your comments to yourself. For real. I don't need to hear it. I feel like those are Karens. When I buy me a car, or when you buy yourself a car, don't nobody tell you how to drive it, how to keep it clean, how to do any of that. That's all on you. So for those people out here that feel like they feel the need, talking about there's kids out here who ain't got no formula, that is not my problem, okay? It's unfortunate for those families. There are systems and programs for those families, but don't use that to downgrade or lash out on silicone parents who actually feed their babies formula. Now, I get food stamps and I get my own personal money. However, I decide to afford to buy my formula for my babies, that is on me. Don't come on my page harassing me about people out here starving. For real, I don't want to hear it. Mind your business, because it's my baby and I'm going to feed it whatever I like to feed it, and I'm going to feed it online. And if you don't like that, you do not have to be on my page. But keep your rude and your inconsiderate comments to yourself, because I'm going to feed my silicone formula, cereal, and whatever else I please. I bought it and I'm entitled to do what I want with it. I personally don't go around telling people what to do with their dolls, what to do with their stuff, any of that. I'll tell you how to keep from damaging it, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You know what I mean? That's yours to do as you please. I may not like some of the things you do with your babies, but that is just my opinion, and that's not for me to share with you. That's for me to keep to myself and mind my business. So, yeah, for y'all Karens out there and busybodies, don't come over here talking about nothing about no dang formula. I don't want to hear it. Because if I can afford it, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to use it. Point blank and simple. There's enough formula on the shelf for everybody to have some. It's not like I'm going on the shelf buying 32 cans for a silicone doll. I only buy maybe 2 cans because I don't even feed my babies every single day. Pickles did not get fed every day. My cans literally last me 6 months to a year. So I can see if you go into the store buying a whole 32 case of cans and there's real children out there that need milk, but I'm literally only buying a can to 2 cans. That ain't hurting nobody. So don't do that. Mind your business. Mind your business. If you care so much, go find a way to make formula for babies. That's why we got breasts. Feed your baby like that. You're really not supposed to be giving your children formula. It's got iron, it's got metal in it and all type of stuff in it that's unhealthy for your children. This is why your God gave you titties. Use them. They're not meant to just sit there and look pretty and hurt your back and your shoulders. They're meant to feed your children. So if you read your Bible, get off my back about my formula. For real, because I done heard it too many times. Because I'm going to feed my baby formula. Regardless on how many of y'all disagree with it. That's your prerogative, and this is mine. I don't get on y'all about what y'all do with y'all babies, so please, let me enjoy my babies the way I enjoy them. That's all I'm saying. Let me have my fun. Oh my God, mentioning that, y'all, I almost popped a freaking blowhorn the other day. I was on YouTube scrolling and let me think about this because I'll be ready to say some mean stuff. I see some very rude comments to the young lady that makes videos with all of her babies. What is it called? What's her channel called? These Reborns Aren't Real. And I love her channel, how she role plays with all of her babies, her beautiful freaking home, how she dresses her babies up, the little voices that she uses as background for her children. Like, I love her role playing. And it pissed me off when I seen somebody take her video and sideswipe it with another video and sit there and talk about her as if she had mental health and she had to be crazy or she must have lost a child and why don't nobody see her husband in the video because he probably left her crazy ass. Like, bro, I almost snapped on that lady. I almost went off on her. My guy had to tell me to put my phone down because I was flipping out. I was so mad. There's nothing mentally wrong with that woman. I don't even think she got mental problems. If you can afford a big, beautiful house like that, decorated up, and still have over probably 10 reborns and silicone dolls and dress them up and have a nursery for them and have a whole room set up as if they were real kids, that ain't mental health, bro. She is enjoying what she likes to do. Like, are you serious? Like, I can't stand people like that. I don't wish nothing bad on them, but, bro, the day something fucked up happened to you, is when you're going to stop talking about people, stop bullying people, and stop making fun of people just because you don't understand. Because I'm pretty sure there's things in that woman's life that everybody else can talk about and make fun of while she's sitting up there acting like her shit don't stink. Because, bro, everybody's shit stank to a certain extent. You can air freshen that sucker up, but it's still going to be there because that is your character. Like, are you freaking serious, bro? She was sitting up there just downplaying this woman like she just knew this woman. And then I read the comments and she got everybody else jumping on her stupid windbag. And I'm like, bro, I'm ready to curse all y'all women out. All of y'all out. Because you are judging before you even understand the whole entire picture. Like, that pissed me off, guys. That really pissed me off. Because I follow that lady and I love her videos when she takes her babies out and she role play with them in public. Like, she's very confident to not let anything discourage her. But it pissed me off because she ain't bothering nobody. She don't even make content about nothing but her role playing with her children. Getting them dressed in the morning for school, their morning routines. Like, they was up in there just, it mortified me to see someone in our community enjoying these babies to the fullest and not having a care in the world about anybody else's opinion. Because yes, she didn't comment, she didn't snap back, she didn't do any of that. She continued to keep doing what she loves to do. And I love that for her, but at the same time, why we always gotta have a hater? Why? Because we not sitting up here forcing these dials on none of y'all ignorant women. We come on and we share our dials with our friends, with our loved ones, anybody that loves our babies. We share the love back. We ain't sharing it with y'all, so why are y'all on my page? Why are y'all on my friend's page? Because we not sharing the love with none of y'all. Y'all welcome if you want to act right, behave right, talk right, do right, be right. Yeah, you can come on our page. But you can't come over here acting like you think you better than everybody else, because nobody on this earth is perfect. We all sinful people. To an extent, we're all sinful people. So if you think you better than somebody, you need to go back to church. You need to pray. You need to meditate. You need to reflect. You need to do something. But you need to stay off these women pages because they're not bothering nobody. They are enjoying their life to the fullest and they're not worried about you. So while you sit up there worried about them and talking about them and degrading them, you need to be looking at yourself. You need to sit down and figure out what's wrong with you. Because that woman ain't out here bullying nobody. She ain't out here on nobody else's social media picking with people, bullying people, but you are. So there's obviously something wrong with you. Just because you ain't got your business out there online for people to dictate doesn't mean that you all good. Just ain't nobody sat around and pointed your faults out. Pointed things out that they didn't understand about you. Pointed things out that they didn't like about you. Like, you guys. Tootie like, ooh, mama irritated. I don't like when people do that. I don't have nothing bad or negative to say about no woman. I really don't. If you're going through hard times, all I can do is pray for you and be a listening ear. But to sit and talk bad about somebody when they ain't did nothing wrong to you is evil. Because why? What are you gaining out of being mean? What are you gaining out of bullying somebody? You're not gaining nothing. What you're getting is you're getting pushed further away from your creator. Because your creator is about love, about being humble, about loving your neighbor, about turning the other cheek. This is not none of that. Y'all come on here and y'all do the most ugliest stuff and say the most nastiest things to people who don't even know you. You know what I mean? We living our best lives. We playing with our babies. We enjoying our life. We doing what we got to do. This is our hobby. Some people collect cars. Some people play video games. Some people collect knickknacks. Everybody got their own quirk that they do. And unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, but the best thing about ours is babies. We get to play with the babies. Not everybody can get a job working in a hospital with the babies. We got our babies. And the best part about that is that when we don't feel like picking them up or playing with them, we're not going to see DCF. If we want to leave them in a car to run in a gas station, we can do that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being a reborn mommy, being a reborn collector. I don't care if you collect your reborns and just sit them on the shelf. That's what you enjoy. That's what you like, baby. Have 4-5 shells. You know what I mean? I will encourage you. Keep doing it. I don't care if you don't take your babies outside. That's not none of my business. Now, if you ask me about how do I do it, then I'll share my opinion. But you don't get to share an opinion unless somebody asks you. Let people enjoy their life. Let them live in their world. As long as their world isn't messing with your world, let them be. If you're worried about them, just pray for them. You don't need nobody else's problems on top of your own. We all got a certain amount of our own personal problems. We don't need nobody else's problems. We can barely handle our own problems, let alone trying to pick up somebody else's. But there's people out here who know they got buku of problems, but they rather tell somebody else how to live their life. No, baby, you can't give me no damn advice. We all on this earth together and we all struggling together. You cannot give me no advice. You know, I think that's one of my biggest problems is I don't like advice from people who are younger than me. Because what experience have you lived? I know they say fresh eyes see better than old eyes, but I'm very cautious of listening to people who are a lot younger than me. Mind you, there are some old folks who ain't got no common sense, but I can tell the difference between the two. You know what I mean? Because you got some old folks that's just as simple-minded as the young folks are, but then there are some young folks who have insight better than old folks do. So you just gotta, I guess, have discernment. You gotta just know. Because that's my guy. His biggest problem with me is that I don't listen to too much that he got to say because he's 9 years younger than me, and I feel like he don't really have that experience to tell me anything in life. But that's wrong because just like I said, a young person can have fresher eyes to old eyes. I just have an issue. I have a personal issue with that. I like grandmas, to be honest. That's my biggest cup of tea. I like great grandmas. I like to go to them and sit down and let them talk to me about their life, how things was back in the day. I don't find that boring at all. I know a lot of people be like, oh my God, here they go again. You want some tea? You want some tea, Grandma? I'm finna go make us some tea. For real, I'm that type of person that I want to sit there and I want to know. I want to learn how life used to be back in the day. I don't want to live in my generation because it's a mess. Let me live back in the day with the great parents. Let me live with them. When they was outside getting up early in the morning, sweeping their hardwood floors, getting up and, you know, going outside and checking on the fields and the gardens and the farms. I don't eat meat, so if I ever did a farm to this day, ain't no animals gonna be on a farm because we don't eat them unless they're gonna be our pets. They are friends. Like they say, they are friends. I don't eat my friends. But yeah, I'm very old school. I'm even old school when it comes to books. I prefer a real book than a PDF book. I like to feel the book, touch the papers, smell the book. Like, yeah, I like the actual book. I don't care for the PDF. Of course, I do have books in my Amazon that I read, but that's just because I can't get to the bookstore. And half the books in the bookstore be so dang expensive compared to, you know, Amazon. You just pay monthly and you get a free subscription out of every last book that they got. So it's like they forcing my hand, y'all. They forcing my hand to keep doing the PDF books, but I do prefer the regular books because I will even go to the thrift store. And if I don't care if that book been out for the last 5 years, it's new to me. I don't know what it's about. I'm finna read it. So yeah, I'm just old school when it comes to certain stuff. Even house phones. I would prefer a house phone over a cell phone. Don't bother me when I'm outside. Because then you make me feel rushed like I need to come back home. I couldn't stand when my kids used to call me and I was outside. Like, what? I literally just left the house. What could possibly be going wrong now? I told you could go outside. You can play the video game. You can have a snack. What now? I ain't even got down the street. You calling me. Like, for real. I'm just that type of person. I like when I leave the house, I like my peace. I'm a loner. I like to be alone. I like a peace of mind. I got way too many things going on in my head, so I prefer it to be quiet. So yeah, I like a house phone. Even when cell phones came out, my kids was like 15, 16, and everybody had a cell phone in the house. And then I was a personal care worker. I worked a double shift. I was working, you know, split shifts. Why I call these kids cell phones, ain't nobody picking up? How do I buy y'all a cell phone that literally can be on your hip, be with you at all times, and you can't answer it? Do you know I went out and put a house phone in the house? Oh, they picked that sucker up. And I turned it up loud, too. I had one of those, what was that? Not a Motorola house phone, but I think it was AT&T, and it got loud and it lit up. Like the whole phone turned blue and lit up. I had ordered it from AT&T, and they sent the phone service and everything. I set the whole sucker up, set it right by my computer in my office. Y'all better answer this phone. I'm calling home to check on y'all. I'm going to be gone all day. Ain't nobody picking their cell phone up. Y'all better be in that house. Yeah. But I couldn't keep affording that because the kids kept... That was a phone that you were only supposed to call out. Do not call in with that phone. Just... Well, actually, I'm calling in. They can't call out is what I meant. But they got to a point where they was giving their friends my house number instead of their cell phone number, just doing too much. You know, I got people calling me at all hours of the night. I had to unplug my phone at night, take the cord out at night, and then plug it back up before I went to work because this ain't no office. What is y'all doing? Y'all got cell phones. This is why I bought y'all a cell phone. Your friends call your cell phone. I call the house phone and you answer it. For real. Don't make me get off of work and rush home because I feel like the house on fire or y'all not there or something happened. For real. So yeah, having reborns, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful thing having actual real children. But it's a lot less responsibility and stress having a reborn. Now, I'm not trying to say don't have kids and have a reborn. All I'm saying is that people always try to say that when they see our community, oh, you guys lost children or you're mentally ill or something gotta be wrong with you. No. Some of us just like babies and not in a creepy way. It's crazy because I don't ever remember nobody talking about the porcelain dolls. Like, were women taking them outside? Probably not. Probably not because they were like glassy and clay-like. But maybe that's what it is. They just feel some type of way. Maybe they be feeling embarrassed. I feel like they feel embarrassed because when your first look at a reborn, you're gonna think it's real until you start skimming over it and actually examining it and be like, wait a minute, is that a doll? But majority of people that I run into, they get thrown off. And then they stand there for a minute trying to figure out what in the world is that? Is that a baby? It looks stiff, but it looks very lifelike. Like, it really be playing with their mind. I feel like some women be embarrassed, so they catch an attitude. I didn't have so many women walk up to me and look at my baby, roll their eyes, and pop their lips and walk off. Nobody told you to walk on your little butt over here and be nosy. I didn't have a for sale sign on my forehead saying, come here, check this out, it's for sale. I literally walked in the store and you brought your nosy tail over here to go see what I had. I don't mind people walking up on me if you want to be educated. But if you want to walk up on me and be rude and start giving me your opinion like it matters to me, like it's going to change what I do, I'm going to stop bringing my babies out, or I'm going to stop dressing them like this, like, your opinion does not matter, bro. You're just going to make me mad. That's really what's going to happen. You're going to make me mad, and I may snap on you in the grocery store or wherever I'm at because I didn't ask for you to walk up on me. You walked up on me, you gave me your 2 cents, and you was rude. Now, I don't mind you walk up on me and I tell you it's a down. You be like, oh, my God, that is so pretty. What are they called? Where do you get them at? Like, that type of reaction, love it. Love it. I'll talk to you. I'll let you hold the baby. You know, I'll share information with you. But if you walk up on me and you start cursing and start being rude and nasty, I'm not sharing anything with you. I'm not sharing. I am not a people person. You obviously aren't a people person. We shouldn't be talking. For real. My first instinct is not to be nice. I'm a very guarded person, so it takes a lot for me to remove my protection shield from around me. So if you walk up on me and you're not friendly, my introduction is not going to be very nice to you. I may just walk off on you and you may not get any type of information out of me because you better approach people with some type of respect. If you want something out of them, you just don't treat people how you want and expect them to be good with you. Like, don't walk up on me like that. You better come with me with some type of respect. You better come with me like your mama trained you properly. Like, don't do that. For real. I'm not that type of person that will look over what you just said. No, I'm going to be right on focused on what you just said. Like, wait a minute, what? Girl, you better keep moving. You better keep on moving. Go that way. I don't even know why you stopped over here. And that's why I stopped taking my dolls out. Because I'm in a big city around a lot of ignorant people. And I almost let the lady at, what was that? The grocery store have it that day. I was with my cousin and she was cursing at me and talking about my doll look fucking creepy and, you know, just being completely rude. And she's at the register, y'all. She is at work. And I'm looking at my cousin like, bro, I'm about to snap on her. I'm about to let her have it. I'm just looking at my cousin smiling like, because the lady that was actually putting my groceries in the buggy, we was at Woodman's. You know, they have 2 people. I should have just went to self-checkout. But the lady that was actually bagging my stuff, she was ecstatic, just smiling at me and everything. But I was so focused on the little gremlin that was at the register. Because I really wanted to say something ignorant to her. I really did. But when I have my babies out, I try not to be rude and nasty to people. But sometimes you got to get them where you got to put your foot in their mouth. Because apparently they don't feel the one they already got in there. For real, don't disrespect me in public because I will try my hardest to bite my tongue. But if I can't get away from you fast enough before my compulsion kicks in, I'm going to say some things and I'm not apologizing for it because you shouldn't have pushed me to that limit. My guy don't like that I do that. I really don't care. I feel like this. Everybody got a limit. And if you step past that boundary, you in an open field or opportunity of me flipping out on you. Like, if you know me, then you know what lines not to cross. But if you continue to step over that boundary, expect the consequences. And I'm a nice, loving person. I give you the shirt off my back if you need it. You know, if you in my town and you lock yourself out your house, your car, you need a ride, and I got it, I'm coming. I didn't came to my cousin's rescue in freaking pajamas, and she was cracking up laughing at me. Well, I'm like, bro, it's an emergency. You're locked out in the middle of the winter time. You think I'm finna take my time and get dressed? No, I'm finna get up what I got on and get out there and go help you. I'm not finna. If I call somebody and I'm stranded in the snow and it's the middle of the fucking winter and I got kids and we all standing outside and you come pick me up and I see you freshly dressed, I'm gonna have an attitude because I know you didn't take your time to get ready. That mean you ain't had no consideration about my well-being. No, bro. That's not me. I'm not finna take my time, get dressed, and look pretty to go rescue somebody out of a snowstorm. No, I'm finna get up with exactly what I got on and go help you because it's an emergency. You standing outside in the middle of the winter with your babies and it's cold. She was laughing at me. I'm like, girl, get off my clothes. What you want me to do? Take my time? Y'all stand out here freezing, I pop up freshly dressed? Like, I ain't never calling you again for help. Like, for real. Like, no, I'm finna come exactly what I got on. You think I'm finna get in the shower, get dressed, flat iron my hair? Like, bro, I'm coming to pick my cousin up. It's an emergency. We're not going to the mall. We're not going shopping. We're not doing anything where I have to look decent. I'm rescuing my family from a storm. Yeah, she was cracking up laughing at my socks didn't match my pajamas. I'm like, girl, I was in the crib, laying in the bed. I wasn't thinking about going nowhere. And it's snowing. I only left out because you called and said it was an emergency. Yeah, that's the type of person I am. I'm very thoughtful because, you know, when you've been abandoned and mistreated all your life, you know how that feels. So you wouldn't want nobody to do that. You know, you wouldn't want to do that to nobody. So I'm very cautious on how I treat people because of the fact that I have been through the utmost with people. And this is why y'all see I'm always by myself. I don't have friends besides y'all. And y'all live in totally different states than I do. I don't have a female that I can call and be like, hey, want to go get some tea? Want to go to the nature walk and walk with me for an hour? Want to go get our nails and our feet done together? No, I don't have females like that. I do everything by myself. I have very bad trust issues with people, for real. So bad that they've messed me up mentally where I can't be close to nobody like that. I have a hard time just being close to my guy. Well, that's another story, but yeah, you guys, I do feel like that. Like, I consider myself a bear because I got a bad temper. So I feel like if you start poking me and I'm in my cage and I'm not bothering you, if I finally get out that cage, it's going to be a problem. It really is, because I wasn't even bothering you to begin with, and you picking with me. And I don't like to be picked with. I don't like nagging people, and I don't like to argue because I have a bad temper. I like to be goofy. I like to have fun. I like to be in my own world. But if you come in my world picking and nagging me and messing with me, I don't have patience like that. I can't breathe and just laugh it off. I'm about ready to strangle the life out of you now. I'm about to tell you about yourself. And I'm real blunt. And my guy don't like that either. He said this, half the stuff I be saying be hurtful. It be the truth, and the truth do hurt. But I be like, then stop poking me when I'm in my own world. Stop bothering me. Stop riling me up and then expecting me to be okay. Like, who do you know want to be riled up and irritated? And then the other person looking like, what's wrong with you? What do you mean? You just pissed me off. Like, what do you mean? So, yeah, I don't do well with people who like to test my patience because I have very low patience. Very, very low patience. Even my kids know that I have very low patience because I can't tolerate half the stuff they was doing when they were kids. Especially my son. He used to always get into stuff or do stuff that I would chew him out about. And he'd be looking at me like... I remember one day I bought a box of that powder that you put on the floor, that Arm & Hammer powder to make the carpet smell good. I made a bad decision. A very bad decision as a mother. I gave my son the bottle. Now, my son has ADHD and other mental health issues. And I try to treat him like his sister, who doesn't have as many. She has ADHD, but she doesn't have as many behavioral issues. So, you know, I try to give him responsibilities like her so he don't feel separated. So I give him the box to take in the room, you know, tell him, pour it on your carpet, pour a little bit on your carpet, bring it back to me, and let it sit, and then vacuum clean the carpet up. Child, this boy brought me the box back. It was damn near empty. That was the only one I had. I had a living room, a dining room, my room, and the freaking bed in my daughter's bedroom to do. And this boy then took damn near the whole container. And the bottle was this long. It was like down in here, it felt like. I went off on him. I was like, I know you didn't just use all of this in your little 4x4 room. Yeah, he did. And you know what? That was my fault because I should have poured everything out on all the floors first. Did my room, the living room, the dining room, my daughter's room, and then gave him the rest of it. So that was my fault. But he did get chewed out for using damn near the whole bottle, and it was brand new. But that was my fault because I know him, so I should have just poured everything out on the floors that I wanted to use and then handed it to him. But, you know, we mamas, first time, we don't get a handbook. We don't get a script. We just got to get out there and perform. So, you know, after I thought about it, I was like, dang, I probably should have just, I know him better than he know himself. I probably should have just gave it to him last. But he was the only one in the house with me, so I was so focused on him. I'm like, here, take this in your room, put it in on the floor, and bring it back. I couldn't do that with him. That was the first and last time I did that with him, too. After that, I started pouring it on the floor in his room and just told him to wait 10 minutes and get the vacuum cleaner and vacuum clean it up. So, yeah, even my kids know I don't have great patience. I don't at all. But my son used to use that as a joke with me because he called me one day when his very first time getting a cell phone. He called me and played a prank on me, and I cursed him out because I thought he was serious, and he was cracking up on the phone. So he don't really take... When they were kids, he took my temper serious. My daughter didn't, but now that they're adults, my daughter, you know, kind of snaps back now, and my son is more accepting and understanding of why I feel this way. You know, he'll talk to me like an adult. But my daughter, she's flipped from how she was as a child. She's went through things as a young adult faster, things that she should have never went through, that's made her less tolerable now. So yeah, because when she was growing up, she was very tolerable of a lot of stuff. Nothing really shook her, bothered her. She was always laughing, always giggling, always singing at the top of her lungs in her room, you know, just being a happy girl. But some stuff happened to her when she got older, and it changed her mindset. So now she's hot-headed, temperamental, and very defensive. So it's hard to have a relationship with her or communicate with her because she's taking everything negative in and lashing out with it. So I kind of just like leave her to her own space, which is difficult at times because sometimes she'll like get in her feelings when I do call and check on her. She'll chew me out or curse me out because she'd be like, well, why you wait so long to talk to me? But I'm like, you're always argumentative. And I don't have good patience for people like that. And you're going to make me snap on you. And I didn't call to argue with you. I called to check on you. So she like that right now. And in her life, what she's dealing with, she's not really great on trying to hold a conversation with me. So I just let her be, you know, give her space. Because I know how I am when I'm upset about something. I don't want to be talked to. I don't want to be bothered. So I just let her be. But my son on the other side, he's a little bit more calmer. He's less resistant, and he understands, even though he's the baby in the family who didn't understand the whole time growing up. For real, he did not understand. The most funniest thing he ever said to me when he was little was, why do I have to take the garbage out? You're being lazy. Y'all, I was cracking up. I think he was 10 when he said that. I was cracking up. I had to tell my son, I said, listen, baby, it's not that I'm lazy. I'm asking you to take out the garbage because one day as an adult, this is something that you will be doing on your own, and I need you to get used to it so it becomes natural and doesn't become like a chore. It's just something you naturally do. Y'all, I was cracking up when he said that to me. I started laughing because he's so little. He was so small too, and he was so serious. Like, he looked like he was about to break down and start crying. Like, he was just so tired of me asking him to take out the garbage. Because he was like, you don't take the garbage out. My sister don't take the garbage out. And I'm like, baby, you're a boy. You're the boy of the house. This is your job. This is your duty to take out the trash. Your sister washed the dishes and you take out the trash. He did not like that. He did not understand why he was the only one who had to pick that garbage up. And then he got ADHD and, you know, all these other health issues. So he don't like touching garbage. He don't even like touching raw meat. So that was just the cutest thing I ever heard come out of his little mouth when he was a kid. I couldn't even be mad when he said that because he called me lazy, but I understood that he didn't understand mentally his part. Like, he didn't understand why he had to take out the garbage. And I started laughing. I had to tell him, come here, baby, sit down. Let me talk to you, because obviously I didn't explain to you why you had this particular chore, but you are the man, and this is what they do. They take the garbage out. You are the man of the house. Yeah, he didn't understand it. But he started to get it when I started switching the role and made him wash the dishes. He didn't like washing dishes. Not at all. That boy tried to break every last one of my dishes I had so he didn't have to wash them. Nope. So he got used to taking out the garbage because he didn't like washing dishes. It's like you get one or the other chore. What you want? Because I'm doing the bathroom. I got to sit on the toilet. I got to take a bath. I don't want y'all cleaning the bathroom. You can wash the dishes and you can take out the garbage, but you're not cleaning my bathroom. You can clean your bedroom. For real. That was the cutest little thing. I had never heard my kids say something that tickled me so bad until my son mentioned the garbage thing. I started cracking up. I couldn't even compose myself and try to be serious with him. Right away, I just started laughing. It just tickled me that bad because it never dawned on me to explain to him exactly why he was always the one I called on to take the garbage out. So yeah, that was cute. I couldn't even be mad at him because I was just like, oh, he really don't understand. And then he used to always talk to me. He had issues with his anger as a child, so he used to always talk to me like he was about ready to cry. Like like he would do stuff like that. He was such a baby. And I was just looking at him like, you really about to break down, start crying because you don't understand why you got to take the garbage out? Like, do you do this at school? Do you break down and start crying when the teachers tell you something that you don't understand? Like, I really had to talk to him. That was my baby, though. Yeah, I had to baby him for quite some time until he actually got into his teenage years and, you know, wanted to be a big boy. But, yeah, for quite some time, he was my baby. He didn't understand why a lot of stuff that I made him do. He really didn't, my poor child. But he good now. He get into his little mess because he's still young, but, you know, he good. He just cracks me up when I think about him when he was a kid and the stuff he used to say to me, the things he used to do. He just didn't get it. He didn't understand. And it'd be so funny because he was serious about not understanding to the point that his voice would crack and he would sound like he was finna cry. Like, why are you picking on me? It was like literally how he felt. Like, he told me he felt like I was picking with him because I would only call him to do certain stuff. He didn't understand the fact that he's a boy and this is his role. He get it now. Like, he take his girl's trash out and stuff and do stuff and clean up and things. But as a kid, yeah, my baby didn't. He questioned it all. He questioned it to the point he was about to break down and start crying. Like, I'm tired of taking this garbage out. For real, it was so cute. I don't know if y'all kids ever, you know, when they were little, had something funny that they did just shock the mess out of you. But my son really did. That garbage thing tickled the mess out of me. As soon as he said it, I couldn't even be mad right away. Everything in my environment changed. And I just started laughing at him like, okay, sit down. Yeah, I think that's one memory that I have of him asking me about a responsibility that he just didn't understand. I don't think I have any of my daughters. She pretty much was aware of everything going on around her. But my son really, he had to be taught everything. But see, I was kind of the same way when I was a kid because I really didn't eat unless my mom forced us to sit down at the table to eat together because we were a family that sat at the table. We didn't disperse off into separate rooms or sit at the couch and watch TV while we eat. We were very, what do you call that? A very attentive family. We sat at the table and we ate together. So, great, my ADHD. I literally lost it. And I did with that with my kids at first when they were little. We used to sit at the table. Then as we got older and they became teenagers, everybody dispersed off because, of course, they don't want to sit with you. They're teenagers. They want to sit in a room and eat and talk on the phone or play the video game or watch whatever they want to watch. They want to be in their world. So when they became teenagers, we stopped eating together. The only time we ate together is when I cooked, you know, for Thanksgiving because I don't cook for no other holiday. The only holiday I cooked for when my kids was at home was Thanksgiving. So that's the only time we actually ate together because I'd be damned if you go in your room and disappear and I've been cooking for 2 days straight. You better sit out here with me and eat this food. Like, you're not gonna disappear. I want to see you eat this. I've been slaving in this kitchen for 2 days straight. Yeah, that's the only time. But other than that, they went in their own little areas and ate. Sometimes I would eat on the couch, or sometimes I would go in my room and eat, depending on, you know, what they was doing. Because sometimes they'll have friends come over right over after they get done eating. Sometimes their friends come over during dinner, so then I got to make a plate for them because, you know, they got to eat. Can't not feed the kids. So, yeah, then they all be in their rooms. I'm not finna sit at no dinner table with a bunch of my children's friends. Like, I'm not doing that because I don't want to even hear half the conversations y'all having. So, go ahead. Take your food in the room. Just let me know if you guys liked it. It's Kool-Aid and water in the refrigerator. Don't leave no mess. That's all I ask. Don't leave no mess. I don't even care if you don't wash the dishes. I prefer to wash anyways. That way I know for a fact it's clean because I got to eat off of it. For real. But, yeah. That's why I like my reborns, because I was very involved with my children. I don't understand parents that don't be involved with their actual real kids. Like, bro, no, I was always involved with my kids. Every after school program, I was there. Every during the school activity that the parents had to come to, I was there. There was never not one that I did not go to. Apparently, I never got sick around the time that we had to go to a program, because I've always made it to one. Every basketball game, I went to. Every activity my daughter had after school, I went to. I even got both my kids a tutor at one point when they were in elementary. I was very involved with my children. Even for my son's first Valentine's that he wanted to do with a girl that he liked at school, I took him to Walmart. He asked me to help him. Mama helped me pick out a gift for my girlfriend? Sure. Because half these men don't know what to buy a woman when they grow up. So let me teach you now. So yeah, I took him to Walmart. We walked around. He got her a teddy bear. I remember this. He got her a teddy bear, some earrings that was inside of a little rose that you could open up, and a card. And some Valentine's candy that, I helped him put in the bag. I was very involved with my children. Very involved in their life. For real. My son didn't have a father in his life as a role model. So yeah, we used to go play fetch together in the field. He got me good one day. He threw the ball too hard and it smacked me in the face. But, I tried as a single parent to do both things with my children. To be there as a mother for my daughter as best as I knew how. And to be there for my son in the ways that he would need a father figure to be there, to teach him certain stuff. So I had to play both roles and continually be in their life so that they didn't feel abandoned or feel alone. So we did a lot of, I did a lot of stuff with them until they became teenagers, and that's when they kind of drifted off to their own friends, their own, little world. Then I got a tiny break. A tiny break, because they're still teenagers and they still get in trouble and they still get into havoc and all those things that we all go through as teenagers in life. They still got in trouble and got into stuff like that. But for the most part, I was always involved in what was going on with them. Even their friends, when we moved into a new town, I went to their friend's house. Oh, you want to spend the night at who house? I need to go over there and meet their parents. I need to go over there and see how they live. Is their house clean? Because my son has so many allergens that it would mess with his asthma. Then he had to get on a machine. So he was a bubble child growing up. He literally had to live inside of a clean environment or he'd end up in a hospital. So I was like, yeah, I need to go over there. I need to know what they cook, what they eat, how they live. Do they got any pets? Where you going to be sleeping? Like, my daughter didn't like when I investigated her friends, but my daughter didn't mind it, but my son could not stand for me to do that. I'm like, well, if you don't want me going over there investigating that family because my son finna be there overnight, then you can have them come over here and they can spend the night at my house. That way I can watch you and I can see how these children behave. I'm not that type of parent where I'm that desperate to get rid of your ass, where I just drop you off at somebody's house and don't go in and meet the parents. Don't go in and at least scope out the environment. What if they drug addicts? What if they smoke? What if they're in there drinking and getting drunk and nobody's watching the children? Like, I'm not leaving my babies at nobody's house like that. I am not desperate to get rid of my children. Like, My daughter was planned. Oh. Yeah, my daughter was planned and my son was a surprise. So, if I already planned the first child, the second child was a great one too. That was a blessing as well. I'm not giving my children up or dropping my children off somewhere and just riding off and hope and pray they're going to be all right. I don't do that with my real kids. I don't do that with my reborns. I don't leave my reborns nowhere where I don't think they're going to be safe. Like, no, I'm not gonna drop my baby off at nobody's house and then hope and pray over the next 24 hours that my child come back home safe. No, he didn't like that. He didn't like that mama was investigating his friends. Like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. I love you too much. I can't just drop you off and not come in and check the environment. So most of my son's friends' parents became my close friends. Because, yeah, I'm just not that type of person. I'm not finna drop my babies off, the little people that I love, to somebody else's house and let them stay there for 24 hours and don't know not nothing that's going on. Not what they about to eat, what they about to do for the rest of the night, where they're about to sleep, if there's any pets in the house, who lives in the house. Is there any alcoholics, drugs? Is somebody running from the police? Is somebody looking for you? Like, these type of things need to be asked. You just don't drop your babies off at some stranger house, hoping and praying you get to see your child the next day. My children did not get on my nerves that bad where I just wanted to drop them off and disappear. They got on my nerves, but that's what children do. I'm not finna just... Sure, you want to go to your friend's house? It's Friday. Sure, I need a break. No, not unless I know them. Now, if I know them, sure, bye. You need a ride. Make sure you got your toothbrush and stuff. But if I don't know y'all, you not getting my kid. I don't care what type of fun activities you got for him. You better... I need to know. For real. I need to come by. I need to check with my own two eyes. I need to see. And I'm the same way with my reborns. I don't take my reborns nowhere I don't feel comfortable with them being. I don't even like taking my reborns outside when it's raining or when the weather is bad. Like too cold or just humid. I don't like bringing my dolls out. Because then I can't enjoy my time outside because I'm concerned about how the vinyl is feeling right now. You know, is it too hot for them? You know, is it too cold? I don't want my vinyl cracking, melting, breaking down. So I think about that stuff as well. So, yeah. I always check my phone and check the weather. If it's nice outside and I want to bring my babies out, I need to check the weather. And it's not a crazy thing or it's not a mental health thing. It's just the fact that once you've already been a mother, that role that you've played that role for 18 plus years. Then you start collecting reborns, you get empty nest syndrome, and you start collecting reborns. Some of y'all don't know what that means. That just means that when your children finally leave out of the nest, out of the home, you don't really know what to do with yourself because you've been caring for them for 18 years. And I had that at first when my kids first moved out. I ended up getting the empty nest syndrome where I felt depressed. I felt sad. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to constantly call my kids every day and lecture them and mother them. And, of course, that didn't work because they're adults. So I had to learn how to step back and let them be adults. At the same time, learn how to accept the fact that they're still my children, but I can't care for them in the way I cared for them when they were at home with me. That's a challenge. So I went through that process. And as I was going through that process, my cousin introduced me to reborns. And I was like, oh my God, best thing ever. Freaking best thing ever. And I have not turned my back since. I couldn't have any more children. And I missed my own children. And then my cousin was like, did you see these dolls on Facebook? And I'm like, what? And they weren't even reborns. They were a full body, expensive $10,000 silicones. It was a lady's page. I'll never forget it. It was a lady's page. It was an old lady and an old man. They were Caucasian. And I mean old like in their 70s and in their 80s. And they had a video up. And the video was of them explaining that they're too old for children and they never had kids together in their relationship. And they came across silicone dolls and they ended up buying one. And you see this old couple in a cute little living room sitting there with their baby. They got the little bassinet in the living room, like real life, like how we role play, like real life role play. And it just touched me. It touched me to the point it closed that biological clock of wanting more children. So that's why I have my reborns, and that's why y'all see me role play with them and love them and talk to them the way that I do, because I struggled for years trying to have more than just 2 children. And I went through depression. I went through ups and downs. I went through what y'all be seeing on Lifetime that women go through. I don't know, maybe some of y'all have experienced that too, but yes, I went through that roller coaster of emotions. So, I will be 45 in April. I have been playing with these dolls for over 10 years. And I will continue to keep buying them and playing with them and dressing them up and role playing with them to the day that I leave this earth. That is how much I love them. They came into my life and they healed a part of me that was hurting. And nobody's ever really came in my life and healed a part of me that was hurting. So they hold a very close spot in my heart. So yeah, I get very upset when I see people making fun of us because they don't know our story. And some of our stories would make them cry if they really took the time to sit down and listen. For real. People make fun of stuff they don't understand, but baby, once you understand it, it'll make you feel some type of way. So yeah, that's my story time. 101 and 47 seconds. But I just wanted to come on. I just felt a random discussion. It's like I always do. But I wanted to come on because Tootie has not, I was my car, Tootie has not been on since I put her hair up like this. And I did it the same day I did the last video. I was just so unhappy with her hair. So I was like, I did it off camera because I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do her hair. But I'm going to show y'all. So she got her 2 little pigtails in front. She do got like, one of these days I'm going to give her bangs because she do got a nice forehead. I feel like bangs will do good on her and kind of hide her forehead a little. But she do got little strings of curly hair in the front. Got her 2 little pigtails, little pink bows. I don't have a lot of pink bows, so I had to put one of the pink balls in her head in the back. So I'll show you. She was nicely rooted too. You know, not greatly rooted, but you know, nice enough to say the machine did it. There's not, you know, pockets or empty spots like my other doll that I think I'm going to replace. So, yeah. Yep. And then, I don't know if y'all ever seen her earrings, but that's her earrings. She got little bows. But, yeah, guys. You and these legs, girl, I got to figure out how I'm going to be laying, positioning you, because your little legs be doing the most, these little balls. How are you this big? She is a 3 to 6 month baby. She's a 6-month baby, and she got these curled up little legs. Your sisters don't even have their legs balled up like this. I gotta figure out how you will look cute, which way the artist that actually sculpted the real kit, she sculpted you to sit how. And that's the thing too that I noticed. A lot of the babies are sculpted differently, which means when the artist sculpted them, they sculpted them in the mind frame of them sitting a certain type of way or laying a certain type of way. So I think that's what I'm gonna start doing, is see if I can find all the names for my reborns and figure out the artists that sculpted them and try to find the detail of the image of when they were sculpting this baby. How did they expect this baby to sit? Was this a sitting baby? Was this a baby that was supposed to be grabbing onto something? You know what I mean? That can be done, because there's another artist years ago that used to do that with her dolls. She used to research how the scope of the artist, how the artist sculpted that baby and how that baby's vision of it was supposed to be. So when I finally do get time enough and my brain is not trying to overload me, I want to do that for a couple of my babies because they got weird shaped bodies, and I want to know exactly how I can position them where they look to be in their truest form. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm finna get off of here because I try to keep my videos no longer than an hour. I know y'all love my hour videos, but y'all the only ones that like to hear me talk for an hour. My family or anybody else be like, girl, you gonna be quiet? You thirsty? You want to eat? Like, so I feel self-conscious. So I try to keep my videos at an hour. So I'm going to let y'all go. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you are enjoying your Monday and you're staying safe, staying warm. I know for the rest of this week, it's supposed to start raining because, you know, we're going in the fall. So we're going to get all that rainy weather. Or not fall, I'm sorry. We're going into spring. I always get those two confused. The weather is dang near almost like the same, so it confuses me. But we're going into spring, so it's going to be raining. So for all my older women, take your time walking. I'm there too, because don't be moving fast out there when it's raining. It might not be ice, but it's still slippery. Soles of your shoes might not grip right. All I'm saying is be careful. I don't need to hear about my friends out there getting hurt. So I'm going to do the same thing because I almost slipped on some dirt the other day. It was a little soft and I almost lost my stepping. So all I'm saying is just, you know, I want y'all to be careful. So be careful. Make sure you grab your rain jackets if it's going to rain this week in y'all areas. Make sure you grab your umbrellas. Just stay safe, stay warm. And remember, let's do better because we know better.